Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. It sound right, boys.
How you guys doing, man? Today we're going to be talking about the Pope's Exorcist. This is Hambone to the movie spoiler review. I'm not a super huge spoiler person, so I don't break this down piece by piece. So light spoilers, like not giving away the entire story and everything else, giving away some possible big things here and there. You can stay if you want, but this is spoiler. Decent amount of spoilers is going to be happening here. But with that being said, this is a movie I went and saw. Did not come on my radar until very late. I think the marketing campaign for this movie had to have sucked because I didn't really see it too much anywhere. I went to the movies to see like Renfield, and I was just double checking to see if any other movies were coming out this week. And just so happens this movie, The Pope's Exorcist, was out in theaters too. So I pulled the double feature and everything else. Glad I did though overall, because Renfield was a fun movie. You can see my review, spoiler review on that on the channel as well. But with this one right here, I thought this one was the overall better movie of the two. Obviously, this one right here is the more serious movie of the two. But I actually like came away from this like really enjoying it because I'm a big horror fan. Exorcist is one of my favorite horror movies of all time. And this had a lot of like Exorcist vibe and feel to it. The real dark and gloomy. I like the setting that they use, like in this old castle that this family kind of inherited and went in there. So you do kind of have that thing that's happened in a couple of different films and stuff, especially horror movies. But I did really find that it didn't bother me any, that the setting and everything was really good. Russell Crowe's obviously in here. He's like the main actor. He does a fantastic job. The family does a good job. The sister, the brother that you see tied there on the thing, they're actually looking at the sister right now because this particular demon that they go to exorcise is one that is pretty powerful and can actually like possess more than one person at one time, which throws even another like little difference in there. I love the fact that they kind of did a little bit of world building here. They left it open so that there is possibilities for like a second movie to come out, but they also did it in a way to where you're like, we might get a sequel, but you know what? We don't know. But this movie does contain itself, right? Like it doesn't have to have a sequel. There are chances for it to have a sequel, but it doesn't have to have one. And I really like them doing that because it does leave the door open if this becomes really super popular and it makes money. And all that kind of stuff. Well, we have the opportunity to make a movie, but you don't absolutely have to have, you know, that opportunity. You don't have to have that movie for you to be able to enjoy this one. But yes, like I said, it does have a lot of the exorcism feel because you got the Pope's Exorcist, which is played by Russell Crowe, and then you got the gentleman standing next to him there. He's like they go to Spain, and he's like obviously a Spanish speaking person, priest here. And he's kind of like that new guy, right? Kind of like in The Exorcist, you have like this newer priest that doesn't know a whole lot. And then you have the more experienced priest that shows up and does some of the things. It's not a carbon copy. It just, like I said, it gives you that feel, which I also thought was really good. If I'd have went and watched this movie and thought, oh, they're basically copying in The Exorcist, you know, almost word for word, I wouldn't enjoy it that much. But it gave you that feel without actually seeming like it was a perfect copy of The Exorcist. But I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. It surprised me. It's one of my biggest surprises of the year so far. Dungeons and Dragons will probably be my overall biggest surprise of the year because like I was no hope that they could do a Dungeons and Dragons movie, but I do like Dungeons and Dragons. I do like the lore in Dungeons and Dragons. I played Dungeons and Dragons, so I had to go see the movie anyway. And I was blown out of my mind on that movie. So that might be my number one surprise movie of the year. And I'm saying that way before the year is even at the halfway point so far. So, but this movie right here, I mean, it's the number two. It's number two on like, didn't expect a lot from it. Went in and just saw it, right? I like horror. So I'll give this thing a chance. It was my movie day today. And this movie really kind of felt that need. This movie was just it was good. I'm not going to sit here and say like Seven. People that know me know that Seven's one of my favorite movies. No, it ain't one. It is my favorite movie of all time. And just because it's a film that I don't know where I would ever make any tweaks, where I'd ever make any changes, because the movie's done so well. This movie's not going to be up at that, 9.5, 10 range, like a 7, but I actually give it 7.5 to 8, maybe even climb up a little above that as I like soak this movie in, because I'm doing this review the same day that I actually watched the film, because I really thought it was good. It was well written. I love that they stuck with the language as much as they can. They didn't have to feel the need to speak English all the time. So there are some subtitles here, but I actually like that, man, because it makes the world, like when they're like in a place like Russia or something, or in like Italy, and they're not speaking the native language, sometimes it can kind of hurt me as far as like the world and being lived in kind of situation. They actually use certain things in here for that Russell Crowe's character would speak English and everything else. Like he's sitting in front of some big high members of the Vatican at one point, and one of those members tells him, like, we're going to be doing this and we're going to do it in English. So speak in English. So it's making him speak English during this like meeting that they were having, where they're kind of putting him on trial about what he was doing. Basically the Vatican, not the Pope. The Pope is actually a good guy in this one right here, as far as like trying to fight the devil, good guy, if you want to, look at it that way. And these Vatican members underneath him, though, they kind of want to take the power from him, basically don't really believe they need exorcists anymore. And they're kind of going away from that direction and stuff. It's almost like they don't believe that evil exists or any of this and all that. And Russell Crowe's fighting against that. And like I said, it builds a world out there. It tells a story that's unique for an Exorcist movie. And I really think it does its job really good. Like I said, pleasantly surprised by this movie. Like I said, I'm ranking it up there towards like an 8. I highly suggest you like The Exorcist, you like some of these other exorcism style movies that have been done in the past, but definitely if you like The Exorcist, go out and see this movie. Give this movie a chance, man, because it does deliver. I feel like this movie does deliver. And just go out there, man. Go out there and enjoy this in a movie theater experience with some other people. I do think some people's gonna go watch this because of Russell Crowe's in it, and because it doesn't get like, it's kind of like the old Exorcist movie in the way that there are some things that are kind of graphic and everything. There's some language and stuff because like the demon's taking over and they don't talk, they ain't got no filter. So there's those kind of things. There's a little bit of nudity, but it doesn't go like too far. It's not gratuitous or any of that stuff. But yeah, man, I liked it. Go out, give it a chance, do your thing. But thank you guys for watching the review. Let me know, like, if I can start doing more detailed, like kind of spoiler reviews. The only reason why I put spoiler on here because I go over a couple of plot points and stuff like that. But I don't like telling you what happens at the end. I don't even like telling you like the super big things that may happen. If I can help it, sometimes they may slip out. But I just want y'all guys to be able to go and see these movies, kind of see what I felt about the movie. And stuff, and then go out and see it on your own and be able to enjoy it thoroughly. But let me know, man, if y'all don't want the shorter ones, y'all want the more in-depth ones, let me know in the comments below. But until next time, stay sexy. Hey guys, it's Justin, aka Hambone, just here to let you know a couple of things that we have going on with the channel. One, we have a Patreon. If you can and want to support us, you can do that. As little as $1. You can join the Discord. We also have a merch store where you can get some cool shirts, mugs, and stuff with all of our different shows and labels on there. And thank you for all of our supporters that have already been there with us.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. It sound right, boys.